Would you rather stay up all night with a cast member till 6 a.m. or be introduced to someone that your partner has had a relationship with?
I hate it here.
Chelsea Blackwell, welcome to After Curfew.
Hi, so excited to be here.
Before we get into it all, Love is Blind shot like a year ago, correct?
Yeah, a year ago today.
Cheers to that.
Yeah,
Let's
cheers,
do it, girl.
Cheers.
A year ago, Love is Blind. What have you been up to since? Like, give us a little synopsis on what the vibes are in the world of Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just getting back into work. I've been working a lot. I've been flying a lot. I've been taking care of my mental health, my physical health, and just doing everything that was beneficial for me. After we finished filming, I realized there was a lot of things I needed to work on in my personal life, in my, dating life, and life in general. And so I really just have been taking that time to improve and do me, and it's been amazing.
It's insane to watch yourself. I mean, dating in 2024 is absolutely chaos.
Oh my gosh.
But then dating in 2024 with cameras, lights, camera, action.
Yeah, 100%. I said that the newest season of Love is Blind is the best description of dating nowadays.
Wait, how so? Tell me.
Shh, can you cuss on here?
Yeah, girl, you can say whatever the fuck you want. You can cuss away. I love how you're like Southern, so it's cuss. Like not swear. I love it.
It's just a shit show. Dating is such a shit show, and it just really showed and highlighted the shit show dating scene. And now people are aware, like, dating is for not the faint of heart. Like, it's so, are you single?
I'm not. No,
Okay, so you're lucky.
I'm so lucky
God
that
bless.
I'm booed up because I was in it.
Yeah.
I was in the thick of it.
Oh, it's
And-
brutal. I couldn't imagine like LA either. Like LA, like dating here would be intense.
Charlotte, that's a small town. So I feel like it almost might be better in LA, but then the people in LA, it's
very
like
true.
questionable.
Yeah.
Before the pods. Dating, were we on the apps?
Definitely all over the apps. I was on Hinge, I was on Bumble, I was on, all of the above, and seeing the same people. And I'm like,
Yeah, the
"What?"
rotation.
Yes.
Ew.
I'm like, are you okay? I'm like,
No.
Timmy, are you all right? Like, are
No.
you good? Seeing you multiple times, like, I'll get off and then I'll get back on. It's just the same cycle. And
same
I just,
people.
I just wasn't seeing anyone that really stood out to me. And so I'm like, all right, I'm doing the show.
Did you sign yourself up or was somebody, because I feel like so many times people are like, my mom signed me up, I've never seen it, which I'm like, I don't believe that shit.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You
who's
were
signing
sitting
up?
there.
I don't give a shit about someone's life that much where I'm like,
right.
I want like blah, blah, blah to find love. I'm going to sign them up.
Yeah, no, I
But
definitely.
you signed yourself up.
Yes, I signed myself up. I had the application sent to me from everyone and their mom because I knew they were coming to Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I, was just thinking, there's no way. Like, there's no way they're going to pick me, and they did. So
How was that process for you?
I never met anybody in person, which was
really?
crazy. Yeah. It was all virtual. I had a ton of, it was almost a year-long process, and it was a ton of Skype interviews, a ton of psych evals, a ton of questionnaires. Like, it was a very long, intense process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny that you say that because so many people have a lot to say to you and just about you
Yeah.
on the internet,
Yeah.
which I just give you a lot of credit because that
Thank you.
takes thick skin to
Yes.
deal with.
Yeah.
You've gone through like the psych evaluations, everything. People are like, talk about your mental health, all this stuff. It's like, girl,
Yeah.
she's sane.
Yeah,
So like, why don't we be
She
quiet?
passed, and
She
they were
passed it.
intense. They were so intense, and it's so silly. I'm like, roll the tapes. The psych eval was pass with flying colors.
Christine, A+, A++.
Clean.
So your friends that were on the show, what would they like describe Chelsea as?
It's so funny because AD described me on the reunion, and it was just like what all the girls say about me, and it made my heart so happy. Like, I'm very confident, I'm very strong, I'm very like fun, I'm funny. Like, everyone's always laughing around me, and I felt like during filming, I was just the light of the whole show for everyone and kind of like eased the tension between everyone because we all were going through it. You saw, we all had our very different, unique stories. And I was always the one to like make light of the situation and try and make everyone feel comfortable. So
You are a girl's girl. Like we can see that
Die
as
hard.
well.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that, because I see a confident, beautiful woman, but so many people were like screaming insecurities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just want to like talk a little bit about that because a man can make, like, you can be the most secure, healed, like, I've gone to therapy, I have all the tools in my toolbox, like, we're good.
Yeah.
And the minute you enter a situation that just doesn't like sit with your body, like, that can all unravel.
100%.
You talk a lot about like you didn't get the best at it. Do you feel like, because you say you're confident, and I believe that too. So like, what were those things? Like, what were those triggers that were coming out?
I think that, you know, I am super confident. I will just reiterate that. I have always had a slight insecurity issue, but never something that was that extreme.
Everybody
Right,
does.
exactly. So, you know, I was in a relationship that made me feel very, very, very insecure. And just as you were saying, like, it was very heightened. You know, we were in a very fast process. We had cameras in our face. You know, it was very intense. And I was with a man who really brought those insecurities to light that I've really worked on in the past. So now I'm having to revisit these insecurities that I haven't really had to visit in a while because I haven't dated someone like that in a minute. And so when, you know, they were coming back up, those insecurities, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I maneuver this?
You're like, I've worked so hard to like,
right, exactly.
Fix that. Yeah.
And then, you know, that whole relationship happened and then I had to work on it again. Like, why do you feel this way? And I eventually realized you don't feel this way because of you. You're fine. You feel this way because you're picking the wrong men.
Ooh, yes, that's the truth.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, the right man will never make me feel small or make me feel, you know, belittle me ever again. And I've learned, you know, the hard way. I haven't had a very good dating record. Nothing against them. They just either weren't ready or just we weren't a good match. We were better off as friends. But I will never let a man belittle me the way I did in that situation ever again. So
you're in this expedited, crazy process to make one of the biggest decisions of your life, marriage. Hi.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm like, full pause, full stop, is the whole clingy situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how clingy is Jimmy?
It's so funny because in this circumstance, he wanted nothing to do with me. So in that sense, he really wasn't. Like, he wasn't clingy at all. But his girlfriends that you see on camera, they're like, no, he is. Like, he's so clingy. I'm like, the man just did not like me. No. But when it comes to, like, me being clingy, like, he took me doing kind things for him and, like, being in this expedited situation, such as like taking care of his laundry, you know, making him lunch.
You took care of his laundry?
Yeah, girl, I'm getting dragged.
Chelsea
for
girl.
That. I know.
Chelsea girl.
People are like, no. But also I'm sitting there like, okay, like we're about to get married. You know, I would love to, like, I'm home, you know, I'm home from a trip. This is what I do for me. He's working from home. I'm going to do your laundry as well. So I did his laundry. I went grocery shopping for us, like doing all the things that I enjoy doing. These
also, you're signing up for a relationship. Like,
exactly.
And this is, if that's what you want to bring to the relationship, you're showing like, hey, this is what you're going to get, babe.
It just makes me happy. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes me happy. And also, like, this was day 2 when he called me clingy.
Shut up. Out of how many days?
I mean, well, so we had the pause 10 days, and then we were in the DR for 5 days, and then day 2 of living together. So that's when I'm like really like, oh man, I'm gonna make our home a home. Like, it's gonna be so fun. Like, I was loving it. I was so excited, and you could just tell he was just not. So it was just intense. So that's where me being clingy comes into play. There's so much context missing from that conversation. So I'll die on that hill.
This is such a hot topic with me and my girlfriends because I'm like, clingy's good.
Yeah.
If my partner is not obsessed with me,
yeah, that's how you know
there's
you're
the
in
door.
love, right?
Exactly. Like fall into my skin.
Yes,
like I want clingy. The fuck. And it's like, it just goes to show, like, okay, if you weren't into it, I'm sorry, Jimmy, that you didn't have those tools to communicate that to me instead of bashing me, basically.
100%. Yeah. So it was just very hard to hear that in that situation because I'm like so over the moon, so excited. Like, we just got our phones. We just got back into reality. I could sense something.
We always know. Us girls.
Our intuition, man.
It does not lie.
It does not lie.
Yeah. When did you actually start to feel like him pulling away? Not be like, even like, I know you watched it all back and you could probably pinpoint the exact moments, but like in the process, when did you start to feel like there's something that shifted?
I think the second we got back to Charlotte. Yeah. The second we got our phones back, I could just tell that was going to ruin it. And it sucked. That was a shitty feeling.
So you get your phone back. Mm-hmm. Do you guys like follow each other right away? Do you give it like exchange numbers? It's like the most backwards process.
Like, that's actually so funny. I haven't been asked that. So we're on the plane from the DR and we're not sitting together and we're writing notes back and forth to each other. It was so like childish.
Like 6th grade.
Yeah.
you ever like when you used to like fold the notes and like throw them like
that's exactly what we were doing.
like an airplane.
Yeah. People next to us were getting so pissed. But he wrote his number down and gave it to me and it was just like so funny. So the second we got our phones back, we were waiting for our bags. Like literally the second we landed in Charlotte, they're like, all right, here's your phone. Well, mine's dead. I didn't pay my phone bill because I didn't have it. So like my phone is not connected.
Like, damn it, this is what I need the most.
So I'm just sitting there. Everyone's like going crazy. I'm like, oh man. We're waiting for our bags. And then Jimmy's like, yo, like, what's your number? And what's your Instagram? I'm like, this is so weird.
So weird.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. And then we all followed everyone. So he's getting dragged for, following Jess right away. I mean, I followed Trevor. Trevor followed me. Like, we all were following each other.
Right.
We all were curious, it's normal.
Did that bother you, though? I mean, because Jess, I think she's like another girl's girl. I think she's great.
She is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you two were really tight throughout the whole process. Mm-hmm. Did it, like, was there some type of, like, comparison, insecurities that, like, boiled up? Like, because you guys are kind of both going after, I mean, you were going after the same man.
Yeah. Not at all, which is so silly because, like, look at that woman. I'm not the same.
No, but look at you too. Like,
but I'm not the same species as that girl. Like, that girl is.
You're gorgeous.
You're so sweet. But that girl's a different species. I love her with my whole heart. So I'm like, you know what? He's going to see what she looks like eventually. I'm not going to have these type of feelings. That's going to do me zero justice. Mm-hmm. So I knew he was going to research her, and same with Trevor. And I think he felt a certain type of way because he knew Trevor was my type. And I knew Jess was his type.
That whole conversation when you said what your type was.
Yeah.
And you're like, to the mullet, everything. I'm like, I'm dead.
I know.
I'm dead.
I know. God bless. Yeah.
Were you were like attracted to him when you saw him?
Yeah. Trevor. Yeah. Or Trevor.
Trevor. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's very handsome.
Yeah. He's a good looking guy.
Yeah, he is. Of course.
I'm happy about him now, but great guy. I mean, it is just such a backwards process.
Yeah, like, it's nuts. And then we're all like, they're all hanging out together, like planning parties when we're still filming. Like, everyone who didn't get engaged are all having like get-togethers. Well, we can't go to them because we're filming, and you could tell Jimmy was just not having it. He's like, man, I'm missing out. I'm like, but are you?
Hi, we're on a fast timeline, a brisk timeline to get married.
Hey, I'm here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And you guys have maintained a friendship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It took a while though. I wanted nothing to do with him for I think it was like 6 months, and then I saw him out in Charlotte, and he was like, "Do you want to get coffee?" And I was like, I want nothing to do with you. But the show is coming out soon, so yeah, let's meet up.
Yeah, like let's make sure we're good.
Yeah, I didn't want to be good because
I mean, it's such a foreign thing to be hanging out with your ex, like once, and it's like reliving it with them. Yeah, because you guys are like kind of trauma bonded in a way,
right? And I knew if him and I were to be friends, I would tread lightly, and I wouldn't speak up, and I wouldn't say my truth, and I wouldn't say anything, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So. But you are still friends, or no?
Yeah, he's not liking that, I'm going and speaking about our relationship, but at the end of the day, he's fine because I do have a story to tell, and as does he. So he can tell his truth, and I'll tell my truth. I never want to drag him by any means, but this is what happened. And that was a year ago. So we've both healed big time from that relationship. Just that time was really bad.
Right.
So we both healed and now we're fine. Like talking about what was going on in our relationship has nothing to do with how I feel about him now. That's just how it was when we were filming. You know?
Right. And obviously it's heightened for the world because we're just seeing this. So this is piping hot for us, but you're like, this was a year ago.
Yeah,
like,
we're healed.
We're rehashing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do find it so interesting, him getting upset about you kind of, you're just speaking on your experience. Like your truth is your truth. His truth is his truth. But he has an issue with that. And I just find that so, like, I don't know. Because you say a lot of things were not put into the episode.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that happened was warranted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think that he's not, you know, if you're tight or okay, he's upset right now, but why is he not just being like, hey, you know what? We're all human. It was a really heightened experience. Like,
yeah. I mean, he got a really great edit. And when you have a good edit like that, you don't want anything to ruin the world's view of you. So, you know, he's living his best life and I'm going through the trenches. You know, it's been a complete switch because I have been speaking out and I'm like, man, why didn't I do this with Trevor? Because I got dragged for Trevor.
You've been dragged, like, period. Just dragged.
I could breathe and I get dragged, you know? So I think it was just a cool thing to absolutely hate my guts. And so people were going on the, you know, the internet and on my page and they're just like, yeah, this is cool. Like, everyone's doing it. We hate this girl. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. So I was getting so much hate and he wasn't. So therefore, he didn't want to be on the side I was on. And I would never want him or anyone by any means to be there because it's awful. But, you know, like I keep saying, at the end of the day, I also have a story.
Travis Kelce, what is the beef there?
That was crazy. I just landed in Nashville for Caitlin Bristow's podcast, which was super fun. And I land and my phone is just blowing up. And I'm like, I'm seeing Travis Kelce. I'm like, there's no way that man and my name are together right now.
In an E-News headline, like headlines everywhere. Yeah.
And then like my face was with Taylor's face and I'm like, there's no way. What have I done? Like, what am I being canceled for now? I know. Like, what? No, Taylor cannot. If Taylor hates me, it's game over.
Taylor's too much of a girl's girl.
Yes.
But you know she's watching that show with him.
Oh my gosh,
so Mother Taylor knows who you are.
I hope she just knows that I'm normal.
No, Taylor Swift, come get your man. I'm sorry. We need to be kind.
People are so pissed at him. And then people are like, listen, you're just trying to attach yourself to any celebrity's name. I'm like, me? I'm not the one who did it.
Like, I'm not asking for this.
No. Yeah. So that was crazy.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. With all the online bullying, I mean, you're so positive and like, it is what it is. How has that really affected your mental health? I asked myself if I'm truly okay because it really hasn't affected me. And I'm like, am I all right? Like, am I okay? I think something, and this is just advice for anyone going through the same thing I'm going through, which hopefully nobody does. Don't read the comments. It just does no service to you or your health or your mental health by any means. I'll see some pop up here and there and I'll kind of respond to a few of them. I'm like, you clap back? Sometimes, not all the time. I'll just say something silly back. Like, well, that's unfortunate. Like, bless your heart. Yeah, bless your heart. Bless your heart, babe. I won't sit there and, have a full on, I'm not going to sell myself to you. Like, you have your opinion of me and that's fine. That's totally fine. You're allowed to. I agreed to let you into my life. And so your opinion is valid, but stay off my page. Like if you're gonna hate, and they're down the street. They are mad, like mad. Isn't that fascinating? Like, so crazy. You know what you're signing up for to an extent, but I don't think you actually do. Oh my gosh, no, not this at all. I thought people were going to hate me for staying with Jimmy. And it ended up not being that at all. Like, I was like, oh no, I'm good. Like, I'm Gucci. Like, I was myself. I was very authentic. Like, I'm fine. Yeah.
So that was a total, flip.
What is the wildest thing that you've heard about yourself on the internet?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, there's so many, and I don't read the comments, so I can't comment on that. TikTok's pretty brutal too. The wildest thing, honestly, that I'm really seeing are just death threats. Like, how is that normal?
Stop. Like in a comment?
Comments, messages, there's so many. People are pissed, and I'm like, man, if you're that mad at some goofy girl who is just crying on TV, then you should probably go to a therapist yourself.
Right. I think we need a little psych eval.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. That's been really wild to navigate, and it's usually men.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I would think it was
are weird.
Girls. I don't know why.
Oh, there's definitely women too.
Oh, for sure. And it's always the women with you go to their bio and it's Mother of Christ or Mother of Three. Jesus saves. It's girl, you're awful. Just pipe down, babe. Pipe down.
That's exactly what it is. And I'm like, man, what? It's just so crazy. And my edit was awful, and there was just so much that's not shown. So I'm like, man, y'all are seeing this little snippet of me losing my shit.
But who doesn't? That's me on a casual Tuesday.
Right? But also, you're not seeing Jimmy lose his shit to the extent he did. So I'm like, gosh dang it.
Does someone hate you on production?
Yeah. I thought I was a nice lady, but I guess not.
Damn.
I know, yeah. So it's unfortunate, but everything happens for a reason. I've just been navigating it the best way I can, and it's been a journey. I've met so many wonderful people. I'm also getting so much love. Mm-hmm. So it's been everyone who sees me out. I haven't had a mean encounter yet. Everyone who sees me out is just so lovely and so, excited, and it makes me excited. So I was afraid to leave my house for a while.
The thing about that, though, is people are always going to say the nastiest shit on the internet, but they will not have the guts to say it to your face.
100%.
But I do feel like the positive is always going to outweigh the negative too.
Yeah.
So once the trolls die down, there's a lot of people that really do vibe with you, love you, and think you're the funniest chick.
Yeah.
We're waiting for your podcast. We're waiting for your moment. Do you see any because I mean, you're launched into clout overnight. Yeah. Like an overnight star.
Yeah.
What do you do you want to, because so many people go on reality shows for the fame, for whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Was that in the back of your head, or were you there for the right reasons?
Oh my God. I don't know what to do with my hands right now. I have no idea how to navigate this world. I didn't know it was going to be to this extent.
Right.
So I went there obviously with such pure intentions of meeting someone, and I was so hopeful. And, I didn't think it was going to blow up like this. So I wish I was more prepared. I don't know how to handle this world. I'm learning as I go.
Yeah.
I'm not a social media girl. I try my best. This whole life is just nuts, and it went 0 to 100 so fast. So I'm just trying to navigate that right now.
One thing we got to know.
Okay.
MGK's wife.
Gosh, dang it.
We have to know, why did we say MGK's wife instead of Megan Fox? As if she's this random girl from Transformers.
Why do I have tears in my eyes? Listen, okay. Even saying her name out loud was so cringy to me. This is my biggest regret, first of all, saying Megan Fox. Saying her name just flat out, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cringy. I'm not saying it. Why did I beat around the bush?
You were downplaying.
Yeah. Why did I do that? That was worse. That was so much worse.
I think if I was in that situation too, I think I would say it. Because Megan Fox is the definition of hot girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to compare yourself to her. But I will say, and I don't give a shit what anyone says, you do look like Megan Fox. It's the eyes and the shape of your mouth. So I stand with you on it.
I appreciate you.
But that, I mean, another dragging. Chelsea dragged for that.
Like I said, I just breathe, and people are like, "Ooh, she did it wrong." That was awful. That was not even something I thought about So the only reason I thought about it is because Jimmy did tell me in the DR, he was like, man, I dragged your butt on camera and screamed into the camera that you didn't look anything like Megan. And I was like, oh, great. Let's hope they don't show that. It's sure as shit.
Sure as shit. I like that one. I'm using that. Sure as shit, they did. And they showed it again and again.
Oh, man. And people are just loving it. And that's the main thing people are loving coming up to me for. They're like, you do look like her. You do look. I had one scrawny ass kid in a casino when I was in Vegas come up to me and be like, Megan Fox, you got to be joking me. And I was just like, hold me back. Hold me back.
Oh, I would have been like, come here, you little bitch. I feel like it's up to everyone's interpretation.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, that's very nice.
And
I don't see it. Like I keep saying.
But I think that's the thing to point out. You said people say you look like MGK's wife, aka Megan Fox.
God.
But you're not saying I think I look like Megan Fox and I am the hottest bitch.
Yeah.
The definition.
Image. Yeah. Watch out. Better pick me, my boy.
Do you think that swayed Jimmy's decision?
So everyone's saying that. I do not, because that was a little later on. Like this was a 5-hour date.
Okay.
So we were to the end at this point. I don't think that would have made a crucial decision on his part. I'm not in his head. I don't know. I don't think so though. It was never like a big deal. Like everyone was doing it. Like everyone. So that was just a silly conversation. So I didn't think he was going to sit there and act the way he did with it. Like he lost his ever-loving mind. And I didn't know who he told me he looked like. He said he looked like Christian
I Googled
McCaffrey.
it yesterday. I'm like, who the hell is this?
Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So people are like, you knew an idea of who he what he looked like. I'm like, no, I had no idea who that guy was.
No.
And I don't have a phone to look.
Yeah, you can't Google.
Like,
oh my God. That's, yeah, you can't even Google.
No Google. You're on your own, girl. Your own head.
Oh, I would be lost.
Yeah. Oh, I was.
Such a brush off probably to you.
Yeah.
While you're filming. You're probably like, nah. And then who knew it would turn into the whole thing it did.
And nobody they didn't show that I also say Adele. And I also say Katy Perry.
In the pods, you said those two names?
I said I get one person all the time, and then I say I also get Adele and Katy Perry. Put all those girls together. They look nothing alike.
But it's so funny because I do see a little bit of every single one of them in you.
Yeah. He just heard what he wanted to hear, and he ran with it.
And he was like, yeah. Fox? Yeah, that's it. I'm putting a ring on her.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, my gosh. One thing you guys did have a little bit of beef about was the whole girlfriend situation.
Yeah.
And then he kind of threw at you that you were still really tight with your ex. Do you talk to your ex every day?
Absolutely not. No, I have a very good, cordial relationship with him. We were together 2 years. We were way better off as friends. He wasn't my ex-husband. People are thinking it was my ex-husband that I was talking to.
Okay.
That was not him.
Oh, okay. See, I did think that.
Yeah. Well, that got lost in translation with the internet. So not my ex-husband, just an ex-boyfriend of years and years ago, 2016. He's married, has a baby, very cordial with his wife, like great relationship. Respect and boundaries is where we have a great relationship.
Right. I
respect his relationship and he respects any relationship I'm in. So me calling him and telling him like, oh my gosh, I'm engaged. I just want to, give you a little, I've been gone this amount of time and I just want to tell you like, I'm engaged. I'm so excited. I was so excited to share that with him and his wife.
Right.
So very different. So very different.
Very different.
Yeah. And he lives in Colorado and I live in Charlotte. So I don't see him and yeah.
Right. Okay. I mean, cause that was really blown out of proportion. Oh
my gosh. Yeah.
Where you're texting your ex every day and I'm like, Chelsea girl.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Absolutely not. No.
And I think that whole situation with him having a relationship with his girlfriend. I mean, how would anyone else like react to that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it, like I just said too, like it was about respect and boundaries and they just weren't giving that to me. They just didn't care. And, he was obviously more concerned about them and her in particular rather than me. So I didn't have an issue with, he has several girlfriends. So when I say like, oh, the girlfriends, it's not just these two in particular or this one in particular. Like he has a ton. And I loved all of them. And her and I are on great terms now.
Okay, good.
You know, she's a great girl. Love all of them. But it was the lack of respect and boundaries on my end. I'm about to get married to this man. Right. And y'all are acting like you're husband and wife. Like, where do we draw the line?
Yeah. Like, where's the hierarchy? Is that the word? Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew it was very, you know, and he keeps saying this, it was very fast and very sped up. I understand that. But y'all are disrespecting the shit out of me and I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
So,
and your comfort should be number one priority.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole situation, it was just insane.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, I am not sitting. I mean, I understand like it was like a one night thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Or
but
I don't know.
Wasn't. Definitely was not.
Wait, shut up.
It definitely was not a one night thing.
So they were like hookup buddies, essentially.
Oh, hookup. Yeah. I have no idea. I won't comment on that. I have no clue. I thought you were talking about when they went out.
Oh. No, I mean. Rewind.
Definitely don't want to comment on that because I have no idea.
Okay. But but they're tight.
Yeah.
And, but what we know
yes,
is that they've hooked up once.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're okay with her now?
Yeah. So I saw her at a bar. You know, I apologized for bringing up her sex life. You know, that wasn't fair, especially in the way I did it. But it's also my relationship.
It is. And it was kind of iconic.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, God. It just, you know, it was icky on my end, but it was also icky on his end. So she didn't ask to be on the show. So I did apologize and say, you know, I'm sorry for dragging you into this. I know you didn't want to be here in this area, but here you are.
Describe your relationship now with Jimmy in one word.
I want to give a fun one. Interesting. Yeah.
That can go either. That could be negative or positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. We'll say more positive for sure. I think we're just both navigating this world and it's kind of like yo-yoing. Like sometimes he'll get some hate and then it's back on me and then people love him again and then they love me again. So we're both just like, and I'm just sitting here because I'm just getting so much hate. So I'm like, I've been here. I've seen what I needed to see.
Yeah.
I'm fine. But then, you know, when I get love, I'm like, this is so great. Like, this is so great. And then it goes back to hate. It's so weird. This world is so odd.
Yeah.
So I think him and I just navigating it together is very interesting. Like, we're going to make one or the other mad by speaking. And that's, you know, the way the cookie crumbles.
Did you know, or I mean, because you did say the second day you guys got back from the Dominican, you were like, something's off. But did you know that he was not going to take it to the altar?
So he told me the day at Carowinds was the third time he told me he wasn't going to, he told me twice he wasn't going to go to the altar. And then when we were at the theme park, he said he was saying no. Or wait, no. He said he was saying no twice. And then at the theme park, he said he wasn't going at all. So it took this man to tell me 3 times he didn't like me. It took him 3 times. And I was like, no, like, let's try.
Oh, so you were like fighting for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I said yes to you. Like, I made a commitment to you. And I was all in for you, which is so sad. I will never do that shit again.
You can call it sad, though. But at the same time, you went there to find love.
Yes.
And you really did give the experiment 110%.
Yes.
So I don't look at that as sad or pathetic or whatever people might say. You gave it your all and you can walk away from it being like, I did it. I did it all. And
I gave my all.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Period. And I put a hard T. Period.
T. I don't want to hit my mic. Period.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I just, now looking back on it, I will never do that shit again. No. So I will never beg. Like, I remember he told me, so after the whole butt dial controversy, we were sitting in his office when he got home that morning and he had to work. And he told me, he said, you know, we kind of hashed it out, kind of in a way. And all of this is off camera. Right. So majority of our filming is off camera. Yeah. Which is where that screws me. Mm-hmm. So we're in his office and I'm sitting on the floor and he's sitting in his desk or whatever. And he's like, you know, I'm saying no. I'm saying no at the altar. And I was like, please don't. Like, let's just don't say that. You can say no. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Just give it until you really know it's a hard no. And I wish I walked away right then and there. Like
hindsight.
Yeah. Like a man telling you he's saying no. Like that's saying no. And me saying no, like just try. Like we're so good together. We were. I know like you guys saw so much negative, right. But our relationship was really nice. And we did have a lot of special moments, but we also had a lot of bad moments. That's a relationship.
Of course. Yeah.
So, you know, I just begged him. I'm like, we're so good together. Like, let's just try. Mm-hmm. And he agreed to. And then the second time he told me was after our big fight, begged him again to try and see it through. Because I changed my mind every other day too, because he was pissing me off.
Yeah.
So one day I was like, all right, you know, I'm going to see this through, but I can't marry this man. I've already done this. I've already been married. I don't want to do it.
And that's really scary for you too. Like, you're like, I've done this.
Yeah.
Like,
and it is scary.
Yeah.
So I wanted to use every second of our relationship to really decipher. I knew like the cameras were added pressure. I knew the timeline was added pressure, but I knew I loved him.
Yeah.
Now looking back on it, I'm like, I was not getting the love that I deserve by any means. But I learned a lot from it.
Like your past relationships, did you, like you kind of said, it's like a recurring theme.
Yeah.
But Jimmy was so different than what you've dated, or was he kind of like the same vibe?
He was different in a lot of specific areas, but when it came down to the way he treated me was pretty on par, pretty similar.
Meaning?
Just the way that I was never his priority. And that's why a lot of my relationships have failed, is because I was never their priority. Yeah. And that's a shitty feeling. Yeah. Like when you're making, and by any means, like I'm not saying I make a man my whole world, but in this circumstance, like he was my priority in my whole world, because I agreed to the experiment. Yeah. I agreed to let the cameras into my life and try this relationship and do everything I needed to do. But by no means is a man my whole damn world.
No, you know? Absolutely not.
But if I'm in a relationship I love so hard, and I do make my partner my priority a lot of the time. I also prioritize my business, my job, my family, my friends, but my partner is my priority. I want to make sure they're happy and their cup's full. Yeah. Jimmy just wasn't doing that for me. Right. So, yeah. Exactly. And neither were my other partners. And that's why we're just friends. And that's fine.
And that's why you're single and ready to mingle.
Yeah, girl.
Are you mingling? Like, are we on the apps? Like, what's going on now?
I just applied for Raya.
Ooh, girl, wait.
Yeah.
Actually, I met my partner on Raya.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so special.
I will say Raya is a shit show, but there are some...
I don't have time for shit shows.
Girl, I know. Yeah. It's wild, but I think it's going to be...
I love to hear that.
Best, healthiest, most beautiful relationship I've ever been in.
I'm so glad to hear that.
So, Raya, you're going to come back like next year.
Oh my God, stop.
And we're both going to be thriving.
Manifest it.
We're manifesting
you gotta have Raya pay for your wedding.
This is sponsored by Raya. No, but that, I like that for you. I love that for you, actually.
Yeah.
But do you feel like, because you enter like different dating eras. Like for me, like after like one of my like breakups like 2 years ago, I was like, I'm just gonna be in like, anything happens, I don't give a shit. Going on the wildest dates. Like, what era are you in right now with the dating world?
I'm open for anything. I I'm really still working on myself. All of us are, and we're going to be forever. But if it comes along, it comes along. I think, you know, I'm so ready to meet someone. I've been so ready to meet someone for a while. I took, you know, that whole year off to really focus on myself and who I am as a person and really dive deep, because that made me really question things.
Yeah.
I think right now, like, if the right person's out there, he'll come find me.
Yeah. Are people sliding in the DMs?
Yeah.
Are you sliding in the DMs?
I slid into Posty's DM, and I feel like such a weirdo. Because he's coming to Charlotte. So I was like,
I love that. What did you say? What did you say to Post Malone?
I didn't know he had a girlfriend.
I feel like doesn't he have a girlfriend and a baby?
He has a baby. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. I'm okay with being
We're not dealing with men with other women. We've already done that.
Yeah, you know, no. I was okay with being a stepmama to Posties, but I didn't know he was in a relationship. I felt so bad.
Oh no, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sliding into anyone important besides Posty.
There's something about him. He is charming.
He's so great. I just love him.
He's like just such a good guy. Like, you ever look at like interviews and stuff, you're like,
oh my God, he's so fun.
He's cute.
He's so fun. Yeah, I just love him.
So we're just seeing what's out there, basically.
Yeah. I'm open to, you know, I want to meet people out, you know, besides going on Ray. I was going to go on Bumble, but I'm just not going to do it.
I think you're like beyond the Bumble.
I'm just beyond the dating apps in general. But Raya, I will give a chance. If they ever approve me.
Approve her, Raya. It's like I'm way less popping and like,
oh my gosh.
The fuck?
Like, come on.
I know Edwin, sorry not to break character here, but Edwin's been waiting for years.
What, really? I don't have years. My clock is ticking.
No, poor Edwin. Do you want, when you're stepping out to dating again, do you want people to know, like, hey, I did this show?
No.
Or do you want
Hell no.
Okay.
God.
Hell no.
Hell to the no. I am hoping I find me a man who has not seen it. And
where are you going to find that? This was the most watched season.
I know, and I'm so worried because, like, what if I meet someone I really like and their family watched it and they're like, not this crazy bitch, like, not this psychopath.
Not the Megan Fox lookalike. God damn it.
No. Why her? Oh, man. So that scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, if he's the right person, it will be fine.
Yeah, when it's right, it will be right. And
no
one's going to care what you said, did.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly.
And I do feel like you are, in a sense, like, in your redemption tour.
Yeah.
And, like,
yeah,
I feel like the few interviews that you have done, it's so likable. So, like, if people they can, like, see that show.
Yeah.
And then if they want to, like, get more information, it's like, oh, she's cool. She's grounded. She has layers. She's this. Like,
for sure.
There's so much more going on to you than Love is Blind.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's just crazy. And I will never make Love is Blind my personality. Ever.
No. You're so much more than that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's one thing that, like, I want to clarify with everyone. Like, Love is Blind is not who I am. It will never be who, obviously, you've seen it. It's going to be attached to me for the rest of my life, but it's not who I am by any means. Yeah. So
does not define you.
No.
There is more to Chelsea Blackwell.
So much more. And it's so interesting.
Do you have like a weird talent?
Ooh.
We're going to really switch it up here.
I love
What
that.
is your secret talent, Chelsea?
When I have a few dirty martinis, I can rap. I'm not doing it now unless you have some.
Well, we do have wine in a gold cup. Can we hear one verse?
Absolutely not. I'll send you a video.
Please. Oh my gosh. And you're good.
What about you?
My secret talent? I'm like sad. I don't know if I have one.
Oh, no. I know.
You know what I can do?
What?
You know what I could do?
What?
Do you watch South Park?
Yeah.
I could do an amazing Aaron Cartman.
Wait, can you do it now or do you?
Yeah, but then it's like the pressure's going to be on, but I will try it. Okay.
I can't.
Just maybe don't look at me.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
No, kitty, it's my papa.
That's good, right?
But man.
Okay. Kind of good. Kind of good. Is it rusty? I haven't done. I gotta like do like a vocal stretch.
That was. I would pay you. You should go on America's Next Top Talent.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you should do it.
That's a bold statement.
You should do it, girl. You should. I would pay you for
Simon Cowell would drag me the way that the internet is dragging you right now. So
we don't want you there.
I don't want to be there.
Listen, you should get a residency at Vegas because I would watch you.
Thank you. You'll rap. I'll do my Eric Cartman impression.
I'll be your opener.
We'll just be this weird
We're going to be so
circus freaks.
rich.
Okay, we're going to go into a game.
Okay.
And we're going to have some fun.
Okay.
Let me get my little cards together.
I'm scared.
Okay. We're going to play 2.
Okay.
We're going to play Would You Rather.
Okay.
And then we're going to play Sip or Spill.
Ooh.
So you can either sip on your wine.
Oh, I love.
In your beautiful gold chalice.
I love.
Or you can tell us some tea.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Okay. This is fun. Okay. Would you like ask you like the most pressing questions? No. Would you rather go on a date who's never with some? Oh my God, why can't I talk? Would you rather go on a date with someone who's never seen Love Is Blind or has seen the show?
1,000% never seen the Love Is Blind. Yeah.
Okay. Period.
Period.
We don't even need to get into it. Would you rather have someone tell you that they're not ready to go to the altar or go to the altar on the wedding day and tell you?
Definitely tell me before, which I condone him for that. And I praise him for that.
Do you really?
I do, because my family would have handled it so much worse than I would have. So
are they like drama starters?
No, my mom, she would have just been so upset. Yeah. So they knew I was so happy and trying to navigate it. So they would have been so upset because they're from all over. Mm-hmm. So they would have definitely had to travel in. So
they'd be like, I flew all this way for this shit.
Yeah, what the hell?
See my daughter get her heart broken.
Yeah, so I'm glad for their sake. And, that would have been embarrassing. So I condone him. I do praise him all the time for not putting me through that. Yeah. Because that would have sucked.
Because you could look at it as like, he didn't wait. Like you almost would want him to like really give it the last, go to the end and like really make a decision.
Right. Which is what I wanted at the time. Mm-hmm. But looking back, I'm so grateful he didn't. Yeah. So I begged him to go to the altar at the time. But I'm so glad he told me 3 times he didn't want to.
3 times a charm.
3 times is a charm.
Sometimes you got to hear it a couple times. And then it's like, you really got to
100%
get in our thick little skulls. Yeah. But we've all been in relationships like that. Like, in my early 20s, one of my like relationships, I was begging this man to stay with me. I'm like, I will never beg for a fucking man to stay with me. Like, it's an honor.
Look at you now. Yeah, it's an absolute honor.
To be with us. Like, we've worked on ourselves. Yeah, exactly that.
Not both of us. Yeah.
But like, you guys should be fucking honored to be in our presence. Even breathe by us, please. Okay. Would you rather stay up all night with a cast member till 6 a.m. or be introduced to someone that your partner has had a relationship with?
I hate it here. Oh my God. Oh man. I'm going to say 6 a.m. with a cast member because you don't specify, and it could be one of my girlfriends.
You are just too smart. You just PR trained. She looped around that one. 6 a.m. with...
I'm with Sunny. We're hanging out, having drinks.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. Fine.
Fine, we'll take it. She's not going to give us the tea we wanted. That whole thing, though, that was...
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
I'm team Laura.
She's a gem.
Laura's my bitch.
Is she?
100%.
I wish she got more screen time because she is funny as fuck.
She is hilarious.
The open-toed kick rocks with an open toe.
So she just sent me a PR box. I wish I brought you one of her crop tops. It is iconic.
Oh, I saw it on your story.
Oh my God, it's iconic.
Love it.
She's just the best. She's so funny. She's such a light. So when this whole shit aired, she called me. She called me and she's like, "Bro, how the fuck are you and I getting our asses dragged when we were like the nicest girls on the show?" It was just so crazy. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that.
Well, I need a crop top. I love a good crop top.
I'll send it to you.
I need one. Okay, we're gonna move on to sip and spill.
Okay.
Sip or spill.
Okay.
I wrote these and I can't even read them.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
After meeting all the cast members, do you wish you would have gone with someone else?
Damn. No.
I love it was like dramatic pause.
No. I think my journey was exactly how it should have been.
Yeah.
And it was exactly what I needed for growth and to realize a lot about myself and he was a wonderful part of my journey. So I'm very grateful I had it with him.
Have you ever joined the Mile High Club?
No. I would add it to my bucket list, but if it wasn't my job.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, if it wasn't my job, if I was just, frolicking through the world on planes, I think that'd be fun.
Are people actually getting down in the bathrooms? Like, being that you are
100%.
Shut up, tell me.
I call them out often. And I get on the PA and I'll say, congratulate the newest members of joining the Mile High Club. And I'll turn the lights to bright.
Chelsea.
Because it's usually a red eye.
Shut up. No, you don't. No, you do not.
I do. I'm ruthless.
Do people clap?
Oh, yeah. And then they feed into it. They're like, yeah. It's great. It's a whole production.
How many times have you caught people?
Not that many. Probably like 3. 3 or 4, and then I'll bring them bottle service. So I'll get my flashlight and I'll bring minis to them.
The little...
Yeah, it's a whole production. You're welcome. If you've ever been on my flight and I called you out, you're welcome.
That is probably one of the best fucking stories I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's great. It embarrasses my whole crew. It's great.
Don't you get arrested for that? Why are more people not fucking on planes?
I don't know. I think it is against the law, honestly. I think I should know
You're just making a fucking joke of it. It's like the cops are outside like, this bitch is bringing bottle service. It's like,
have one last drink, my boy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think that'd be fun. If I wasn't a flight attendant, I think that'd be fun.
But the plane bathrooms are so small.
Yeah, it would be a challenge.
You got to stretch.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to get flexible.
You got to get creative.
Got to get really creative.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't have a
large... be sucked out the tube into the...
That's...
I don't know where that goes, but no, we're good.
The stuff where does it go? Seen, honest to God, I don't even know. The shit I've seen in the lab, literally, I would not want to get frisky in there, but I take back everything I just said because now I'm having flashbacks of what I'm seeing in lab.
You're going to catch an
something.
STD.
100%.
And some kind of disease.
There's like, oh man, I could see that's a whole other podcast episode.
So no, you have not.
No, but it's on the bucket list when I'm not a flight attendant anymore. Sorry, Mom.
Do you see yourself going back to being a flight attendant?
I just went back. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I just had my first flight a week ago, and then tomorrow when I land, I go back on Saturday. Yeah.
Is it
come right back here?
Scary? Kind of like getting back into quote unquote real life again?
Yeah, it's been really fun so far because everyone's so kind.
Yeah. It's like you're a celebrity flight attendant.
Oh man, it's so crazy because everyone's just so nice. So everyone just gets so excited. I usually work first class on our little planes, which is so great. So I'm the first person they see. So
that's crazy.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you see people like snapping photos of you?
Oh yeah.
And that would piss me off. I'm like, you know what? My makeup is not done right.
And like, I'm probably looking all like
you're in work
weird.
Mode.
Yeah, like come on. And then I'm having a lot of people pretend they have to use the bathroom and come and take pictures or walk by. Like they're like, it's so obvious. But
just come up and say hi to me.
Yeah. I'll take a picture. Don't get me in a bad angle.
Yeah, like let's work the angles. Yeah. Maybe get a little Facetune in there. Exactly. let's just make everyone look good. Like, come on.
Yeah, do me a favor. I'm already getting dragged.
She's already getting dragged. Like, let's find the good lighting.
Exactly.
What was the last thing that you Googled?
I just got a new apartment, so I was Googling.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's my dream apartment, so I'm very excited. Aww. So I was Googling the reviews. I'm a Google review queen.
Are you? Do you write reviews?
I don't, and I hate that I love them so much, and I don't ever contribute.
Whatever. I mean, reviews save the day all the time.
Oh,
like
for
a restaurant.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, are you like a menu checker before a restaurant? Like, do you go on Yelp and check?
No, I know. That's weird, right? A Google review and not a menu checker?
Yeah. I need to know exactly what's going on.
Do you? So are you one of those girls who like, you're going to a restaurant that night and you look up that morning what you're going to get?
I have to know.
I love that.
And I'll still look at the restaurant, but I'm like, I need to know what the cocktails are.
Oh, I love that.
Can I get my espresso martini?
Oh, we love that.
I know you love a good martini.
They cause
Are
me
you
a
espresso
problem.
martini?
Espresso martinis are my shit.
Okay,
yeah.
I love that.
I love them more than dirty martinis.
Dirty martinis. I'm a martini girl, but I do martinis up.
Ooh, oh, you do martinis
It's basically chilled vodka.
Oh, I'm going to be a bougie bitch. I'm going to be a bougie bitch now.
I feel like sometimes the dirty martinis they're too dirty.
Yeah, they're so dirty.
Sometimes I want to be a dirty bitch.
But I love them. I get extra dirty with blue cheese olive. That's my go-to.
The blue cheese olives are fucking everything.
Yes, we can literally sit here for an hour and talk about martinis and
I love it. If you're not drinking martinis, what's like your go-to?
I'm like Coors Light.
We knew that.
I mean, I love wine. Thank you so much for doing that. That was so sweet.
You're welcome. We gave you bottle service as if you did the Mile High Club.
Listen, come on.
You said, put up the stops for Miss Chelsea.
I'm a Coors Light girl. I was living in New York City and I couldn't afford to go out with my girlfriends. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start drinking beer so I can go out and have a good time with my friends and be cool. And then I just started to like it.
Yeah.
And then now here we are. Yeah.
The thing is, I like beer. I don't know why I responded. I'm like, yeah. I do like beer, but it's so filling.
Oh, it's so filling.
That's my only issue. Like, I just...
Yeah. That's good though. It's good though because like a Coors night is like a chill night because I don't drink that
Oh, you're not
many.
outraging.
No.
You're not ordering it at a restaurant. Like Nobu.
No,
you're not going to
no.
Nobu and getting a Coors Light.
Oh my God, please.
I would
bury
I would
me
drag
6
you.
feet under.
I would drag you. If she's ordering Coors at Nobu, she's gotta go.
She's gotta go.
We're wrapping it up.
She's gotta go.
It's a wrap on talent.
Could you imagine? We're all dressed up like.
Okay. Well, we already got this one too. Is now that you got some clout, celebrities DMs, but you did. We don't. We'll skip over it.
Though. Yeah.
I know the Post Malone shocked me.
Yeah, I was feeling real ballsy. It was after like 3 glasses of wine, and I was like, "Screw it. He's coming to Charlotte. He's performing here. I'm sliding." I didn't even say anything weird. I was just like, "Hey, Posty, you're coming to Charlotte." I have no riz. Like, I have no game at all.
The fact that you even say rizzed up.
I am not smooth.
Really?
By any means. No.
See, I like going back to Love is Blind. Like, I watch you and you're cute, you're flirty.
I just think I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I'm just myself. And I just like, I love to shoot the shit. I just have no, like, I can't be like, like, what if
these
do?
eyes?
Yeah.
I'm scared. Mom, I'm scared.
Like when people flirt, like I can't.
The smize, it's the smize.
But
I always have smize because I can't see. I'm so fucking blind, and I'm always smizing. I'm like, I'm not trying to be hot, you guys. I'm trying to just see.
I'm not flirting with you. I literally don't know what you look like.
Yeah. Did you feel like I'm gonna put on a persona when you were in the pods?
Not at all, and
really?
I'll tell you why. Because you don't know the cameras are there. So it's like,
oh yeah,
you're just showing up and you're just having this conversation with someone and it's just so organic. It's so easy for me to talk to people.
Yeah.
So, I think I was just myself and I just connected with people so well. I just got very lucky because people actually liked me. I was like, okay, I'm single either because I'm not cute or I have a shitty ass personality. No. And this will tell me what answer it is.
What is the last lie that you told?
I told Jimmy I wasn't going to talk about our relationship on this.
Well, that's half the episode.
I mean,
sorry, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, but it was all good. All good. Yeah. That's funny. That was literally right as I was pulling up here.
Shut up. So you guys still really do stay in contact?
Yeah. We talk every day, which is really nice. It's very, very nice. One thing about him right now is he's not doing a lot of press, and I am.
Is there a reason why he's keeping everything a little bit more?
I don't know. I think that's just his preference, and I enjoy telling my story.
As you should, because you didn't really get to.
Exactly.
So it's your turn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are at After Curfew.
Yeah.
I love that you didn't sip at all. You said everything with your chest.
Yes. Say it with
I love
your
that.
chest.
And that's how you should be.
Yeah, 100%.
What is the biggest takeaway that you've had being on Love is Blind, going through this process? Like, what is the overall thing that you've learned?
I love that. I learned so much about myself that I learned how strong I am and how much I can really handle and take. I never knew this world. I never knew it was going to be this loud. I didn't know how to navigate hate. I didn't know how to navigate, reliving a relationship, a breakup again. I had no idea how I was going to maneuver this whole journey. And the way I've handled it And the way I've maneuvered and the way I've stayed so true to myself is just so amazing. So I definitely take away like my growth and who I am as a person. I'm just so stinking proud of myself. And
you should be.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm so grateful to be using my socials and, you know, you and other podcasts to just really tell my story and get people to know me. Because I think I'm a boss ass bitch.
You are the definition of a boss ass bitch.
And I want the world to know that. So it's just, you know, how I've really maneuvered this crazy, crazy loud world. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very proud of you. I'm so happy that you came here. Everything worked out. You were able to chat, spill the tea, sip some wine out of our gold cups.
Yes.
Chelsea, thank you so much for being on After Curfew.
Thank you.
We have a little gift for you.
Okay, I'm so excited.
Because
you didn't have to do anything.
After Curfew comes bearing gifts.
Oh my God, you're joking. Where do I show it?
We know you love a trucker hat, and you are far from clingy.
So
okay, that makes
greasy.
your blue eyes pop.
Oh my God, stop.
Those
Not
are
my
popping.
greasy ass face. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And a sweater.
Stop. You're so cute. Okay, I gotta show the world. Oh my God. Wait, I'm wearing this out tonight.
Please do. Far from clingy. Far from clingy.
Merch, baby. That's amazing. You're amazing.
You're
Thank
amazing.
You so much. Oh my gosh. I cannot. You did not have to do that.
Drink your martinis with it and have a moment.